Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and this is going to be my review for Teen Wolf Season 3, Episode 24, The Divine Move. This was the season finale, and the question is, did it pay off? Yes. Yes, it did pay off. It was an amazing finale, with so much going on in it, so much amazing stuff in it, and I cannot wait for next season. I'm gonna say that. After watching this episode, I cannot wait for next season. I love the way they end this finale, and I just can't wait to see what next season brings us. Because this whole season has been amazing, especially the second half. First half, not so much. Second half, definitely, has been so amazing, and it was just such a great episode. Let's just get to it, though. So, the first half of this episode basically deals with them mourning Allison. Basically, you know, the first few minutes, we see Scott and Allison, and Dad, we see all of them. They're, Kira, Scott, and Stiles. They're there, they're trying to mourn over what just happened to Allison. And, Scott and Allison's father, have created this, plan, moments after her death, that they're trying to figure out what to say to the police, and they basically decided to put together a story about a carjacking. That's what they want to say, is that it was just a carjacking, and that's all that happened. So, meanwhile, Stiles' dad is interrogating Issac. Issac tells the police that he doesn't know what happened, and it all happened too fast. And, you gotta really feel bad for Issac. He just lost his future girlfriend. I don't know if they were officially a couple or whatever. I think they were. I think they pretty much were gonna be, an official couple thing. So you really gotta feel bad for Issac, because he just lost someone who is very important in his life, someone who he really cared about, and now he doesn't have anybody, which is really sad. Isaac's kind of the odd man out right now, so I'm thinking Season 4, something's gonna happen there. Dear God, if they make Lydia fall for him, though, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because Lydia literally falls for everyone on this show, in some way except for Scott. It seems like every male that comes onto the show has feelings for Lydia, except for Scott. So I'm thinking, I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So then we see Kira and Stiles are trying to wrap their brains around Allison's death. Her parents told them they need a divine move to turn the game around, and they must find the glass jar with the nematone that was buried. That's, they're basically trying to not focus on Allison's death. However, Stiles still wants to die. Again, he still wants to die, and I really like this plot of Stiles wanting to die, because it makes perfect sense as to why he wants to die. He basically feels that, one, it's the only way that he will feel like he's completed, something. It's the only way he'll feel like that. And two, the other reason that he wants to do that is so he can, not only, it's because he feels like he deserves to die. Because he feels, and I said this last week, he feels like he deserved to die because even though he was possessed, he remembers what he did, and it's going to stick with him for the rest of his life, and he just wants to die. Obviously, we knew Stiles wasn't going to die, but he wanted to die at this point. So then who's Alex? Issac, walks upon, I'm sorry, Issac, not Alex. I saw Allison's dad. I thought of Allison's dad, and then I knew I was talking about Issac, so I automatically said Alex. I'm sorry about that. Issac walks Allison's dad home, and this is a very sad scene here again, because Issac just lost Allison and Allison's dad, of course, is mourning over losing his daughter. So he reassures Issac that he doesn't need him to look after him. He can ignore his emotions and he will be okay, and Issac says that he needs him, but Issac says that he needs him, though, and they end up hugging. So that was definitely a very big scene. You gotta feel bad for Issac, because he just lost Allison, and it's really sad. So in the meantime, Derek is fixing up Ethan and Aiden and explains to them that if they want to be in Scott's pack, now is the time to stay and fight and help him save his friends. That's what he wants to do. And that's basically what he wants them to do there. So Scott and Lydia visit Dr. Deaton, and they ask him how to beat the Uni, and he explains that they aren't even fighting a person, they're fighting a spirit, and that has taken the shape of Stiles. Even though it looks like Stiles, it's much more powerful than that. And Dr. Deaton says that the nematone won't work, but powerful objects carved from the wood might, and he says they need to find Talia's... They need to find Talia's alpha claws that Peter has in the wooden box. The one thing that we did not get in this episode, no Peter and no Peter-Malia confrontation. I'm thinking that's going to be next season. That's going to be one of the biggest storylines, but we didn't get any of that in this episode, which I was a little, you know, not upset about, but I don't know. I was kind of upset about that we didn't get that. So then, shit goes down after this, because Evil Stiles arrives at the hospital in search of Melissa McCall, you know, Scott's mother, and he and his evil masked henchmen slaughter the entire hospital staff, and that's, you know, they slaughter the entire hospital staff. Very emotional scene. What I like about this scene is that there's no, like, screaming or anything. It's all played by this really, eerie music. You know that song, I see trouble that horizon. You know that song that was playing for the Walking Dead promo? I can't sing that low. I can't actually do it, but, you know, remember that song? That's the song that was playing here, and I thought that song worked really well because it's such an intense scene, yet it's not, the music's not intense at all. Definitely, it shows, the seriousness of it all and the emotionalness of it all. Definitely, they wanted this to be a very emotional episode, and they definitely did a great job with that. Stiles and the rest of the cops, they're tied up at the police station battling an uni of their own, and they're learning the hard way that bullets don't do the trick. Before this was happening, though, Melissa was talking to Scott's father. Scott's father actually wanted to leave town because he feels like Scott doesn't want him there, but Melissa was trying to convince him that he needs to stay, and it looks like he might stay, but I'm not really sure if he's going to stay. We're going to have to see, I guess. We're just going to have to see. So from here, it's very, very intense from here, because Scott's mom and his dad, Raphael, are under attack at the hospital, and they're trapped in an elevator, and his mother is seriously wounded, like very badly stabbed. And Issac tells Chris Argent that before Allison died, she said something about his father, and Chris reveals that Allison was working on a silver arrowhead before she died, and Issac says he needs to see it, and he has a feeling it's gone. It's really, really sad again, you know, just... They started showing they started showing a flashback of Allison, and it was just so sad when they were showing that flashback, definitely. So Lydia announces to Scott and Deaton that she can feel something happening and that they are running out of time. And Chris Argent is shocked to see that Allison made 5 arrowheads because she figured it out, and she realized that the silver bullets killed the Uni, and it's like a poison to the demons, and it needs to stay in the Uni's body. So basically, Allison's already started up. By dying, she's already helped them out with the Uni, which I thought was actually very cool, that just by killing her, just by, you know, that Allison actually risked her own life to save them, to save Stiles, to save all of them, and I was very happy to see that, definitely. That was definitely a very big scene, and I definitely really enjoyed that a lot. So then from here, though, we see Stiles' dad and his deputies are all seriously injured, and they have black wounds all over their body, and the Unis just left them to die. From here, it's completely intense. Scott, Stiles, Lydia, and Kira, they all go outside waiting for the nematone. They walk through the door of the school, standing in the middle of a winter wonderland. Like, what was up with the snow all of a sudden? Was it winter? I didn't realize it was winter there. I guess it's because, you know, it seemed almost a little off with their year, but it was winter there. And it was a really cool scene, because also Derek, Ethan, and Aiden are paying Evil Stiles a visit at the same time. And a demon appears in the Winter Wonderland and says that he's going to kill Stiles and everyone he cares about, and he reveals that he has captured all the territories on the board of the police station, the hospital, and the animal clinic, and Deaton has been stabbed by the demons as well. And the demon reveals that he's going to make his best friend, Scott, kill him, and Stiles is going to let him. And that definitely was just a very intense scene. I didn't know what was going to happen here. And meanwhile, Scott's mom, Stiles' dad, and Deaton, they're all slowly being poisoned to death. Kira and Scott are trying to take on the demons, while Lydia and Stiles hide. Derek, Aiden, and Ethan are still fighting Evil Stiles and the ninjas. And definitely just really intense. And Stiles realizes that Kira and Scott, they don't stand a chance. So he picks up a sword, and at this point, he is ready to kill himself. He's about to put it right into him. And I mean, Kira was holding her own. She really became a badass. You know, she was going to town on some of the nematodes. That was really cool. Scott was doing his thing with the werewolf, but it was too strong for them. It wasn't working. And Stiles was ready to kill himself, but then he has an epiphany. And he tells Kira and Scott to stop fighting the ninjas, and it's actually just an illusion. They're not actually there, because they can walk through the ninjas, and they get stabbed multiple times. And when they push through the door, they're okay. And it really was just an illusion. Which was actually really weird, but then Evil Stiles appears and he says he isn't. The one thing that's not an illusion is him. Evil Stiles is real, of course, so he's not an illusion. And eventually Chris and Issac meet up to rescue Derek. And the twins with their silver arrows. And Aiden is badly wounded, but they manage to kill the ninjas, so they're okay. You know, they're okay. Aiden, though, is badly wounded. And Issac arrives at the school with a canister just as Scott bites Evil Stiles. And before anything else can happen, Evil Stiles is like, I'm invincible, you can't kill me. You can do whatever you want to me, but you can't kill me. And before anything else can happen, though, Scott bites him, and Kira stabs him with her sword. And as he is attempting to transform, the bee flies out of his mouth, and Issac traps it in the canister. And then Evil Stiles falls to the floor and turns into a pile of soot. And they finally killed him, and I was really surprised that it worked that easily for them. I actually thought that this was going to be like a cliffhanger thing, where they wouldn't be able to defeat the Uni. I thought there was going to be a cliffhanger thing with that, but there was a cliffhanger, but it wasn't that. So then at this point, it's all of them trying to heal. Deaton's wound is healing, Stiles' dad, and Scott's mom are fine. And Stiles actually passes out, though, and falls to the ground. And Lydia, Kira, and Scott and Issac gather around Stiles and wakes up. They're all okay, except for Aiden, Derek, and except for Aiden. Aiden is very badly stabbed, and Aiden is very slowly dying. And Derek and Ethan sit with him, and as he takes his last breaths, Lydia rushes out in the school in shock, and she says, Aiden was her boyfriend, so she's really upset about that. How do I feel about the twin, Aiden dying? I think the twins honestly needed to go. They didn't serve a purpose on the show anymore. And it wasn't so much that they weren't great characters. They are really great characters and definitely some great acting from them. However, the thing is that they personally, as their characters, I like their characters. I like where they went with their characters this season. But they didn't serve a purpose on the show anymore. So honestly, he had to die. Since the next day, and some pretty big things actually happened after this whole thing. Some pretty big things, because the episode went after, was a little bit longer. It actually went off at 10:02 instead of 10 o'clock. So they had a couple other things that happened. Kira's talking to all of them, and Kira feels really bad because she never, she's everyone feels something about losing Allison. She never really got to know Allison, and she kind of feels like the odd girl out right now. And basically, she says that, that maybe, and then Lydia goes up to her, and I like that Lydia and Kira are slowly becoming friends. Lydia says, maybe you can be the new Allison. Soon as she says that, though, who walks through the door? Malia. Malia went to Beacon Hills. That's where Malia went, And I was so surprised seeing Malia. I'm like, oh my god, Malia. I totally forgot about her. And so now Malia is going to school. And Malia is actually a werewolf now, apparently. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. It looks like Stiles and Malia might start something. Very funny scene. They're training Malia. And she takes out her claws. She almost kills Stiles with her claws. Kind of a funny scene there. So now Malia is going to be in school. So Kira has some competition now. So the question is, who's going to be the new Allison? Kira or Malia? We really don't know. I'm thinking Malia is going to be more like the new Lydia. So definitely, though, I was very happy that Malia came back. And then we got a scene between Ethan and Danny. And before Ethan could break anything off, Danny said that he feels they need to break things off because it's not working between them. And he doesn't feel he can date a werewolf anymore. Ethan and Danny kiss, but then Ethan tells him that he's actually leaving town because with everything that happened, he can't stay without Aiden, so he's leaving town, and I'm guessing we're not going to see him again. And then to end the episode, we get the very last scene where Deaton gives Scott an inspirational speech about regression to the mean and explains that everything won't always be bad. However, Derek is telling Stiles a little bit about something that happened to him. He met up with, he actually is going through something. They're kind of setting up for the next season here. And who shows up but Kate Argent. Kate Argent is alive, and she's apparently a werewolf now, so definitely shit is going to go down next season. I love the way they ended the episode that way. It was so cool the way they ended it, and I love the ending to the episode. So, overall, amazing finale, so good. I love that half of it was dedicated to Memory of Allison, and the other half was stopping the Uni, and I was so happy they stopped the Uni. A couple questions, though, now. There was a couple scenes where Stiles and Lydia got very close. So are Stiles and Lydia going to be together now? Or are Stiles and Malia going to try something? What's going to happen with Malia now that she's a werewolf? You know, it seemed like she's going to definitely need a lot of training. So what's going to happen with Malia? We don't really know. What's going to happen with Kate Argent coming back? Is Derek going to be okay? Everyone's very concerned about Derek now because Kate Argent, as we remember, made Derek's life a living hell. What else is going on? Where's Lydia gonna go next? Is she gonna finally be with Stiles? Is she finally gonna choose Stiles? I'd actually like it if Lydia chooses Stiles and Stiles is with Malia, because it's something we haven't seen before, and I kind of like to see that. I think that'd be kind of cool, actually, to see, Lydia go after Stiles rather than Stiles go after Lydia. I think that'd be kind of cool. But overall, amazing finale, nothing wrong with it. By far the best episode of the season. I loved every minute of it. So intense. What do you feel about Aiden dying? Do you feel like the twins need to leave? I did feel like they need to leave. But that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be my review for Bates Motel. So see you then. Bye.